and welcome to Microbiology 232 on the internet. My name is Dana Newton and I'm your instructor for this course. I wanted to give you a little brief overview of the course and show you some of the important spots so that you'll know what's really important as you start to work on the course. Just a little bit of background for you. I teach full-time in North Carolina at another community college system and part-time for Ocean Online. So I am not in New Jersey, I'm on the Outer Banks. I've been teaching for almost 10 years and I have a family here and we really enjoy the beach. So let me show you a little bit of what's going on in the course. Every time that you log in, you'll be able to see this screen that comes up and it'll have announcements on it, and it will also have what's due for that week. And I'll also email you that due list. So here you can see the first things that you need to do. You can see what's due for week 1. And also at the bottom, I've got a Twitter feed that feeds things about micro. And so if you tweet, feel free to follow it. If not, you can look at the articles that are right there. So just to point out to you, let's look at this top menu here. Your gradebook is up top. Your way to email me or your classmates is at the top. Also, we're going to use Dropbox for the way that you will submit all of your lab reports. And then underneath of doc sharing, there is a file called lab documents, and that's got how to access GradeMark, which is the way that I'll grade your labs. And it's also got an example lab and a set of microscope tips. Underneath of Dropbox, each lab has its own separate box, and you will upload your labs from there. And there's a very specific format they have to be in. I'll show you where that is. Over here on the left, your first button is syllabus. You'll want to read through that, and I'm not going to read it for you, but it does have the information about the book and the lab kit. It is very important that you purchase a brand new lab kit. You will have to provide me with a receipt for that. The microscope can be a used scope, but the kit must be new. And then it also shows you learning objectives and assessment information, policies, the breakdown for the course in terms of exams and quizzes and reports and discussions, our timetable and of subjects, and then it gives you information that is all standard OCC documents. Underneath of getting started, that's your other important form. Under getting started, it will show you what you need to do at first. Right, so check the home page, read the syllabus, read the getting started, which is what you're doing now. Look at the course schedule. It gives you exactly what you need to do for each week. Okay. Go to the lab assignments and look at the lab report format, the microscope lesson, and do the lab safety agreement quiz. Okay. Look at the exams tab for the expectations for the quizzes and exams. Go to the discussion tab and look at the expectations for the discussions. Then send me an email that tells me, do you have the textbook, do you have the lab or the microscope, and if you have any questions. Then go to the student cafe discussion board and introduce yourself to everybody and take the readiness quiz. That's all you have to do for this first week. Okay. So read through the rest of this section on getting started. Okay, here's your course schedule. That shows you everything that's due each week. So here, week 1, which runs 9/3 through 9/14. Notice that's about 2 weeks. I'm giving you the first week to get all your stuff together, and then the second week you'll start in on the Unit 1 lesson, okay, and start working on the lab, because I know it takes a while to get lab kits. That lab kit, or first lab, is not due until actually the end of week 3. Instructor bio, this just gives you some information about me. It's taking a little while to load today. So I'm going to come on down to Student Cafe. Okay, here's where you introduce yourself. Just click on respond and you can start typing into the block. Let's see what else. There's your readiness quiz. There's information about tutorials, statement of accommodations. The reading schedule tells you what unit corresponds to each chapter in your textbook. Okay. Underneath of lab assignments, it is really important that you read this very carefully, okay? Everything will be turned into Dropbox. You can absolutely work together on lab assignments if you live near someone, but you have to purchase your own kit, you have to perform your own experiment, and you must provide pictures of your own experiment and do your lab report on your own. If lab reports come back matching, everybody gets a 0, okay? Also, pictures are required for the lab reports, not copies from the internet, not copies from your friend, but pictures that you have taken of the results of your lab. The lab report format is very specific. Make sure that you follow that and you'll do fine every time. If you have questions, ask me. It's important that you put the correct things in the right sections, that they're in order, and that you have everything that's required. When you're done with it, it's best to save it as a PDF file because it needs to be less than 20 megabytes in order for it to be able to be submitted. If you have any problems with that, please don't wait till the last minute. How to access GradeMark tells you how to access the way that I will grade your report so that you can go back in and look at all my comments. There's a copy of the lab manual. There's a copy of the SAT lab safety agreement quiz that you'll need to do. And then under each lab, and I'll send you this in an email every week too, but under each lab it will give you the required pictures, what you need to do, and if anything has changed from the original lab that's in the book. So make sure that you look at this first before you go and do the lab in the book because things may have changed. Okay. Under discussions, discussions are 2-week forums. The first week you post your response. The second week you post at least 2 responses to other students. Don't attach your document. Make sure that you type them into the text box. And there's information here about what's expected in each discussion. Underneath of exams, there are your exams. The whole course is open, by the way, from the beginning, okay, but you need to pay attention to the due dates. So under here, each exam, everything is closed book. And then every week you'll have a unit or 2, and the introduction will tell you what the objectives are, what you need to do for that section. There's a lesson and a PowerPoint for each one. Underneath of the lessons, it shows you, it's taking a while to load, it'll give you main points in it, it'll give you animations and tutorials and practice videos if there are some there, key terms, a little summary that's an audio summary of the chapter. Then you have a practice quiz, and I highly recommend that you take the practice quiz. You can do it twice, but it's good practice. You'll have 10 minutes to complete it just like you have with the regular quizzes, okay? And then you have your regular quiz for the week. Everything is due at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday for each week, okay? So make sure that you pay attention to that. If you have any questions, let me know.